Good evening, everyone. Too loud? Sound okay? Should be okay. How's everyone doing? Hey Matt, hey Hope is with Noob, RG, Brian, Daniel, yours, Short to Ground, Kenneth, and whoever there's left. Awesome. So, nice and chill Saturday evening. A bit late, but nice and easy. Hey Digital Dragon. So, we're just gonna upgrade the Mark III. No races. We'll obviously still try and do it as quickly as possible. Hey RC Maniac. The noob has emerged through your PC. So, we are going to upgrade my very trusty and now has well over 25,000 hours on it now. And it still prints as well as it ever did. It went through a service, kind of cleaned it up, you know, tightened the belts and everything, probably about a year ago. Still prints flawlessly. I absolutely love it. I have 3 more Mark IIIs. So this is going to be the first one that I upgrade. I'll definitely get a Mark 3.9 because I want to see the difference between the 3.5, the 3.9 and the 4. And yeah, so what I did before the stream started, I did a tiny quick print. So this is just, it's the spatula. It's the standard spatula that comes on the sliced files, but I sliced this myself, 0.2 millimeter layer heights, and it took 49 minutes to do. I also sliced the same exact model, and I put it on the USB stick, which will go on the Mark 3.5, just to see the difference, how long it takes. Quality-wise, something to compare to, something quick. Three hours. I intend to do it quicker than that. Okay, so we're going to go ahead. So we have the print, which we're going to leave here. 49 minutes was that print. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to preheat and unload the filament very quickly because I completely forgot. So here's the thing for me. I love my Mark IIIs. I trust them with my eyes closed. I can just press print and I can walk away. Don't even need to look at the first layer anymore. If it was half as fast as the Mark IV, that's all I need. But the Mark 3.5 should be twice as fast as it is now, which is already brilliant, but it adds connectivity. So Prusa Connect or Prusa Link, and the the color screen, which some say is also a touch screen, but it's a hidden feature, and the 32-bit board. So with that, more than happy. And so you have input shaper and everything. Obviously, it might not reach the speeds of the Mark IV because the hot end is different. But then again, maybe I do have another one which has a Revo hot end on it. So maybe I can swap that out for a Revo high flow, and then we can get some speeds. Hey RS Makes. So let's unload the filament, reset so it starts cooling down. Once it cools down just a little bit, we can start dismantling. How's everyone doing? Saturday evening. Has anyone here watched the 3 days of goodness that was online? Testing? So now, tomorrow, I can start watching Drive to Survive. And I'll try to hold it off for 3 episodes a day, so that can keep me going until Thursday, because that's when the Formula One season starts. All right, it's a Friday, it's not a Saturday. I keep saying Saturday. Sorry. Because I planned I planned to do this two Saturdays ago. Then I planned to do it last Saturday. Then I was planning to do it Saturday, but I wanted my weekend to enjoy it, so I did it today. Completely coincidental that Nero's stream was today as well. Yoris, it's always Friday where you are. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Have you seen my my Skoda? Wait, hold on. I printed a Skoda. For those who don't know, it's the Printables Contest Skoda. So you print this thing there. You print it out. Doesn't have to be multicolor, but I decided to go a bit fancy with it. And then you take awesome photos with it and tag Printables and Skoda, and you could win yourself some goodies. Obviously, I cannot take part because I am doing some videos for Prusa on the Skoda thingy, so I can't take part in it, but you should. Can you win a Skoda? You could, if you can find a competition where you can win a Skoda. Just waiting for this to cool down a little bit. Yeah, it's the, this is the Azure Blue. It's the PLA blend from Printables. Really nice color, really, really nice color. This was printed on the XL. Turned out really nice, actually. Cool. Let it cool a bit more. Apologies for the wait. I can keep you entertained. In the meantime, I look fresh and hyped. Well, first of all, I've been in the studio since about 9 o'clock this morning. I was getting a bit tired, but now I had something to eat, had a coffee, had a shower, and I'm good to go. Hey, Richard. Okay, we're at 115 degrees. I'm just going to wait maybe 20 more degrees and we can start taking things apart. The good thing is that we do not have to take apart the extruder. The things we will be taking apart for this build are the Rambo board. Yes, Rambo? No, the INZ is the new one. This is the Rambo board, I believe. I can't remember if this is the INZ. No, this is the INZ Rambo INZ board. So we'll take off the board and the enclosure, the screen, cabling, all the wires from the power supply, and also take out the heat bed because it uses a different type of thermistor, which is in here. 11-hour stream isn't required for this upgrade. Oh no, definitely not. I'm hoping so. It's 10 past 10. Now we should be done by 10:30, I believe. We'll see. For those of you who want to follow, I will be, wait, that's the one I want to show? No, that's not the one I want to show. This. I think. Well done. No. Basically, it is this one, right? Yes. I was right, it was this one. The noob strikes again. There you go. For those of you who want to follow, I will be following obviously the instructions as set out by Prusa Research. Rambo board. Okay, there you go. See? Right, we'll take this back up here. We'll bring this thing back down here. And this is at 80 degrees. It should be fine now, so we can switch this off. Unplug that. Take off the spool holder. And we can start. Let me just check. So cleaning and everything, that's fine. You're watching me from Brazil. How would you say it? Bom dia? Bom dia in Brazil? Good day? Shana shana dane. Okay, we shall begin. We'll move the camera around. There you go. And we will start taking this apart. Further down. There you go. Okay. Next, we will. Okay, when it comes to disassembly of the Mark III, I can probably do this pretty much, not with my eyes closed, but close. Reason being is that I tend to fix Mark IIIs for clients. So those who would like to have their Mark III refurbished or they have some damage, they send them to me. So I am the repairman for the largest 3D print farm in Malta. So yeah, we need this so I can remove cable ties, probably there. It's just it. See that tiny clear going? Whatever. Yes. Now, important thing here: do not cut any cables. Just the zip ties. Okay, so let's start. That is the Super Pinda. Then we have hot end. Screens can come out. Display cables. This filament sensor. Hot end fan. Extruder fan. Hot end thermistor or thermistor. There you go. Over here we have power zoom cable. So this we can take out. Yeah, my Apple Watch reminded me that it's time for bed. So that's one. You can take out these, the X, the Y, and the two Z's. Let me see if I have. I don't have one here, but I should have one here. Hey, Bob. I don't think I've ever been to bed when my watch told me to be. I have trouble sleeping at night. So yeah, usually it's 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the morning when I go to sleep. Okay, so now this we can take out. The door and the hinges. Hey, Silver Bear. Next is the complete housing and the board. Over there. Hey, Lewis. My resident Malteser. Okay, so that's that. We have to obviously take out all. Where's my mouse? There we go. Okay. That's okay. So then the bed as well. Let me. Technically, I should have. Okay, I fix it. Interesting. I have it here. Is it better? I wish the beeps on the Mark IIIs were louder. I don't know. I definitely do not. One. Two. By 3 a.m. we'll be done by midnight. Or at least chances are, even with the print, we should be done by midnight. Okay, so bed is out. Next up, I don't lose these. Oh, come back here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There should be another one somewhere down here. Just looking for these. So is the frame thickness compared from the old style to new style? Is it thicker? I'm worried that when the MME3 for the Mark IV comes out, it won't fit the old style frame for me. So the frames are exactly the same thickness. Wait, hold on. The frames are exactly the same thickness on the Mark III and the Mark IV. The difference is the Mark IV actually uses less material because it has the design features of the back. I'll try and compare it later. But it's the same thickness. Also, just in case, if you want my attention, at me in the comments. If you have a question, you want to know, because I consider myself to be a bit of a, I know I'm a noob, but when it comes to fixing Mark IIIs, I do consider myself to be a bit of a veteran because, I mean, that's part of what I do on a day-to-day basis, is fix Mark IIIs and Mark IVs. Well, not Mark IVs. I've only had one Mark IV yet so far, and that's because the hot end was completely destroyed. And the person that tried to fix it didn't know that all you have to do to change the hot end is simply undo the two knobs on the side and just pull out the hot end. I almost started crying when I saw it. Okay, so let me see if I need to take out all of that. Yes, we do need to cut all the zip ties. Okay, so we'll cut all the zip ties. So when I cut the zip ties, like I know I'm not going to cut any wires if I cut just at the end, but I'd rather take the thick part where, you know, you tie it up and you cut half of it off and it just comes apart and you don't risk damaging any wires. There. Okay, this we can take out as well. Now, power supply cables, I believe those should come off as well. So if you have, you know what, I've made it public that if you have any questions on the MMU3 for the Mark IV, like I have posted photos that I do have a beta unit, which I've been testing out for quite a few months. So if you do have one that you're waiting on and you have questions, I'll try to answer as much as possible. There are probably things which it's not that I cannot talk about, but I probably wouldn't want to talk about purely because I understand that people might take them as, you know, like it's the Bible, it's the law, that's how it is, and I might be wrong. So in some cases, I'd rather say like, I am not sure. Okay, so step one, we're done. So this, let me just put the cable here, put these wires here. You can leave there. I'm going to take these out of there. Okay, so we're what, 10 minutes in. This thing is taken apart. And if Joe's not sure, I'll make up an answer. Exactly. And let us begin. Yes, you will need to see what I'm doing here. Okay, let's move that to the side a bit. So, I'll take everything out. Throw that on the floor because, you know, that's what men do. So I was hearing that the MMU3 somehow has less purge on than the MMU2. Is that a Mark IV thing or new tuning with the MMU3? There was, if I recall correctly, because I was on the MMU3 beta as well, there was a little bit less of a purge. There is much less purge on the Mark IV. because it's so efficient in the way it swaps out filament and how clean the tip is that it needs less. Frank Carcos, how's Skylo? Skylo is doing great. I'll be doing some videos on that. It's still there. I'm just waiting on a few things to arrive. So, for the first part of this, we need things that I cannot reach with my fat fingers, but I can get with a pair of tweezers. So, we need those. I have everything sort of like sectioned out in terms of screws of what I need, because you know, I am me. So that's 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Those, we need 2 of these, and we need 2 of these thingamabobs. Also, I love that they started using these. These are, so they're T-nuts, but they have this little spring. So you just slide them in and they lock in place, and you don't have to stay taking apart the front or back plates to insert them. Okay, first up, we need, then we need the zip tie, and this little tool, absolutely awesome. We'll show you how to use that. Zip ties over here. I don't want to open another bag of zip ties, but I will. I have thousands and thousands of organized zip ties. By length, thickness, color, everything. So I do believe these go on the back. Yes, so. Case in point. Yeah, lighter. There you go. There. So, you need to insert 2 of these in here. See? Just there. And they stay. They're absolutely awesome. You know what, actually, since I have a bit of OCD, and since the bed is off, I can just clean it a bit. Make it part of its annual service. Okay. Now, I'm facing towards you. Okay. M3x6s. Totally gets you, Bob. Okay, so now there should be, trying to figure out which 4 holes, because there are quite a few holes. Okay, so not the top ones, the bottom ones. We're going to insert these M3x6s here. So this is very similar to, well, slightly similar to how the Mark IV assembly goes, in terms of, obviously, the enclosure. So not all the way. Then we need two M3x10s. To go in here. Might have to dig your MMU2 out of storage. I definitely would recommend that. Like it is absolutely night and day difference. I actually have a print, hold on, that I did this week. I posted it. So this was, granted this was with the beta unit of the Mark IV. And it's absolutely flawless. Completely flawless. And I love it. And for anyone wondering, the beta unit that I have of the Mark IV, I'm just going to say that the beta unit of the Mark IV that I have is the least wasting and fastest multicolor single nozzle system there is at the moment, or there will be. Okay. This we can move here, so we'll align those. Okay, and that's in place. Tighten those. Hey, Rain. And then you can also purge into object. Exactly. Okay, now this. We need the board. So for anyone doing the either the Mark IV build or no, don't record. I don't want you to record. There you go. So for anyone doing the Mark IV build, or the Mark 3.5 or the Mark 3.9, you have these little thermal pads, okay, which you have to attach to the back of the buddy board. One side is a sticker and the other is not. The very important thing to remember is, wait, hold on, let me just confirm. Which side is the sticker? Yeah, exactly. So this white side here this is the adhesive part on the back. You have to make sure you are only peeling the white backing, because it is so easy to pull the adhesive part with it. So easy, and I've done that. However, you do get a couple of extra ones. The adhesive lining on it is so thin that it actually comes off with the cover. And in fact, it's something I asked Prusa to take note of in the manual, because it's so easy to take it off. Okay. That's done. Hopefully you guys will be able to see this part. Yeah, you'll be fine. Okay. Now that that's done, I'm just going to take off these things. It's like thermal tape. It's like thermal sticky tape. But yeah. So this goes in here. That's about right. And then we need 3x6s. So we need one here. Just making sure I align these first. Okay. There you go. From Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada. Hello, Mike. Good evening. So, one up here. This will go up here. I wonder if I can get permission. I will try, but maybe I can get permission to do a live stream. Probably closer to release date with the MMU for the Mark IV. Thing is, I know people get frustrated that the MME3 for the Mark IV is taking so long. But if people only knew the amount of testing and thoroughness and ironing out every single little thing to make sure that it's as good a product as possible. You know, some people will complain when something comes out too early, you know, that they should have taken longer to fix everything. And then, you know, you have others that take longer because they want to fix everything before it goes out and then they complain. So, you know, you can never make everyone happy. But yeah, it is the way it is. Let me see if I can, hold on, move this thing. No, I can't. Maybe get this closer so I can give you guys a better view. Hold on. There. There. There you go. You have a complaint, Joe. You have a complaint, Bob. I dropped something. I know. So, I need to... This little tool is absolutely awesome. So this... Sorry, other way. This goes right here. So what happens is you put the zip tie through these holes. I'm trying to get more light, but unfortunately I can't. Let me see if I can. Oh, that's the lightest I can do. Hold on, give me a second. Let me see if I can fix ISO. There you go. See? Better. So this is where you get the cable ties in. In order not to stay fiddling around to get them out and over, that's a bit too blown out. You put this thing, this one here. You put this thing here and try to do it without. And as soon as you slide it in, it kind of slips. And as you push in, I'm trying to do it. As you do it, hold on. Because it's against, like, I don't know how you say it in English, like it's an awkward position to be in when you're doing it in front of a camera. But as I push this in, it kind of turns. See, it's coming back up. And then you can just grab it without having to play around. There. That's one. Maybe this would have been better. There you go. See? That was much easier. Like it's such a simple thing. It's such an awesome tool to have. And you don't risk throwing, like, using tweezers or something and risk damaging the electronics. It's absolutely awesome. Yes, and in the Mark IV, you actually use the other end to latch on to the top frame and hold the x-axis while you sort it out and level it. It's awesome. Okay, next. Screen. Okay. Next we have at some point, I promise I will upgrade my studio lighting. Okay, now we need to, like, everything is so blown out now. Can I? Hold on, I'm trying to, there you go. That's more like it. Okay, next up. Move it down a bit. Now, on the other side. Am I the only one that has a song in their mind? But also now, like, everything is awesome. So, we need to put in, how many there? 3, I believe. Yes. So, we need 3 of these brackets. This side, was it this side or this side? It's one. These are the brackets which will hold the cables in place. They're injection molded, they're not 3D printed. And then we need 2 back here. So how many in there? 2, 3, 4. So we'll need another one here. Okay. And on the side of the power supply, which is here, we need another 2. Right on the inside, yes. That's 1. And that's 2. Some 32-bit boards had open hardware logo. I haven't checked the back of it, but I'm not seeing it here on the front. Okay, so that goes there for now. Next, screen. This. What else do I need? I need a screen, these 2, and the strip. Then we need these 4. Nuts and the earth connector. One and 2. So I've noticed something. So before these square nut inserts used to be kind of like, you know, you just push them in right from the top, and it feels like they're nowadays, the design is like it's a bit almost chamfered on the side, so it gets tighter the more you push in. It's much more easy to actually slide into the right place. That was your cue. Yours? Now, you need that is the reflective tape for the LEDs. I don't believe it's closed. However, I don't know what the future holds. And, you know, the way things have been going, you know, recently, like, I wouldn't be entirely surprised. So this goes here. Wait. Let's see if you can hear it. was supposed to be in there. That goes in there. Okay. So M3x8 in there. Ugh. Okay. Next up is earth connector. Just goes in. Goes in there. I want it to be perfectly straight. There. Next, we have this and another two M3x8s. Did you print that nice multicolor Mark LCD cover? Done. To be completely honest, during the rush of actually printing the parts for the stream, I completely forgot. Which is funny because I rushed to print the parts so I can do the stream, but then I delayed the stream by about 3 weeks. So I could have actually, you know what? I should put a 3DMN logo there. Yeah, 3DMN logo would be nice. Hey, Veranjan. Veranjan. I hope it's Veranjan. I hope I got that right. So, we need that cable, this button. Who can tell me what cartoons this is from? What does this button do? I have a feeling if Pokon was here, he'd tell me straight away. Sonic Alchemy is going very well so far. Nice and easy. We are, what, about 45 minutes in. Dexter's Lab. There you go. Maurice is the winner. Now, cable. Next, we have earth wire. Then we have okay. Mark 3.5 Upgrade kit. You know what? I'll see if I can. Maybe I can convince Prusa, you know, to just maybe send me a couple to give away. That would be quite awesome. So Next up, attaching the screen to the front. I already have two of the screws here. I can hear the excitement in my Mark III. I can feel its soul being happy that it's getting upgraded. Okay. So next we have to wrap the cables. Oh yeah, I love my Mark IIIs. If I'm sure I will, but if I see that this is ridiculously improved, yeah, I'm definitely upgrading the others as quickly as possible. Oh, okay, I broke this. No worries. I did a boo-boo. And thankfully, you get extras. It's relatively easy to put the cables in. The only problem is that I'm trying not to cover what I'm doing with my hands for the camera, and I'm doing weird awkward positions with my Mark III. There goes your cue, yours. So I ended up bending that out of shape. And that's sorted. Nice and easy. Okay, so this will go in here. I think, yeah, it will be like this. Okay, so we will take this over here. There are two round rubber feet and at least one screw invisible. Okay, so there is a very specific reason for that. There are two square ones at the back and two round ones at the front because I lost one. I lost one of these at the back, so I had three round ones, and I put one square one on, and it was bugging me that I knew there was one square and two round, so I had to change the other one to a square, so at least like this, they're symmetrical. I have a Revo and didn't want to lose it. So, fun fact, the Revo, yes, the Revo should work just fine, including the Revo hot ends with the Mark 3.5 upgrade. Are those printed? No, those are standard standard Prusa replacement parts. To be fair, while I'm here, like, because I once again, as I mentioned, I tend to fix a lot of machines, so I do have quite a few replacements parts. So while here, I can just swap these out. For anyone that has ever watched the Mark III review that I did, this was the only thing that bugged me out of the whole machine. Like, these little feet, the round ones, not the square ones. The square ones fix the problem. The round ones, as soon as you move the machine, it just pops off. Okay, now we need to attach we are going to attach the, where are you here? Should be here. The earth to the board. In this orientation. So, black PSU. Now, with the cable clips, we're going to go to the black PSU. So that's the silver. Okay, we need, see what we need for this part. No, not that one. I need this one. Then I need 2 and 3x10s. Cable ties. And cables. We need power cables. Those. And the power panic cable. And then we need 2 Okay. Next, remove the left screw completely. And this will be the earth. And then we will take this, throw it in it, and then reattach it. From experience, I know that when you reattach this cable, the earth cable, turn it slightly, well, turn it towards the center, because eventually you'll need to install this cover, so it goes right to the side. Because if it's straight, it'll hit that and it's just a hassle. Next up, so 2 reds, and 2 blacks. So prongs facing up. Okay. Then we have the power panic cable. We cover this up. Screw it in place. Did I? Yes, okay. It's a good thing I got power tools, but I'm doing it all by hand. At some point I just feel like it's quicker by hand. Then we're going to take all these and we are going to route them through here. Let me just, this will be much easier. There you go. So we'll do that first. Power panic cable second. Come on. I need to twist this. There we go. And this. That's one. And that's two. We're doing another mega long live stream? Nah. Sut Millennium Machines. Nah. This is easy peasy. This is very familiar territory to me. So I should be fine. So let's start by making sure that this will not I need to swap these around like that. Exactly. So when it's on its thingies, these don't pinch on the holder. When I drop the the upper image should force people to view each photo. I missed one incorrectly oriented new space. Yes, yes. It has happened to me where I would miss a photo. It is annoying, but I do believe it's normal behavior for every man that makes stuff. I do also believe that it's a must to miss photos. I'm going to pause this from, wait, hold on. And pause this from the back so the cables would go on top of it. Meanwhile, we have this other cable tie. This goes in here, over the Y-axis extruder cable. Next will be these. This is the fun part. So this goes in here. Now, this goes in here. This goes on top of those. In there. Where's it going? And we move this further down a little bit for now until I get this right. Okay. So that's done. That goes in there. Beautiful. These 4 screws. Which will go here. Would be better if I could. Could I? Yes, I could. Hold on. I'll make things a bit more visibly pleasing for you. Or I break something. There. Although first, I still have to do this. I need to pass all these cables. So all of these, I'm guessing these should have been further in here because I might have not given them enough slack, which is not a huge problem. I'll just redo the cable ties. They're almost there though, but they just won't fit there. Okay. So this would be in there. These won't fit through there. When I routed the cables, I didn't give them enough slack, or better yet, I could have made them a bit tighter, but yeah, it still works fine. All I need to do is pass all these. Can you see? Yes, you can see. That's one. That's two. That's three. And four. Last one. Okay, that goes in there. Now these almost okay. Okay. Hey, Carlos. Okay. You need to see what I'm doing there. Next up, we need to attach. So first, I'll get rid of the power panic cable. Then we have these. Red on the left, black on the right. Positive on the left, negative on the right. Just in case someone's about to tell me that's not how you identify wires, Joe. Thankfully, yeah, the wire slack. Thankfully, I never over tighten the cable ties. That way I can always like push wires through slightly if I need more slack. Force of habit. Just give a yank and of it. Yep. With pliers. Although technically, what you can do, yours, is just cut the wire and then you can just easily move it up and down whatever you want. Okay, next up, there was another earth cable. That's for the silver. Okay, so the silver is done as well. Securing PSU cables, done. What I will do now, though, is what I haven't done yet, and that is secure. I need to move this camera. And this will be here. I need to secure this cable here. These will probably go in through there. This I want to there. I'm guessing these will all go through here, so I would need to secure this as well, along with possibly this. Yes, exactly. So take that cable, this cable, and this cable. It should have, there it is. So these clips also have a little hole where you can pass a cable tie through to secure other cables through. Just like that. This I don't like to over tighten, mainly because I don't want to pinch or damage the screen cable. So now that that's done, over there, there you go. Okay. Look, there's a new feature. We provide a little teaser video, and after the video, watch it automatically directs the viewer to live stream for waiting. Ah, nice. I didn't have to include that on that, but that's fine. Next up, we have more cables. So we have, ooh, no, not this, these. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it makes no difference which is which. We'll move that there. So first we need 2 Z's. That's a Y, and that's a Z. So these are basically extension cables with the different plug that go in the, I keep forgetting the name of this, the buddy board. So the 2 Z's, that would be one over here. This is the other Z, and there, and this is the Y. That goes in there. And these will all go towards the side here. That's okay, we can fix it in the last bit. And the X. I wonder if I have a little short sleeve for this. I did not use this. Let me see if I have. The ideal sleeve. But I do have something I could possibly use here. Let's see if I can use that sleeve for this motor. Leave space around the first slot. Okay, so these basically will go down this way and then round here. I do them one by one, much easier. That's one. That's two. And that will be three. Okay, but that's fine. It's not a problem, not important for now. Next, screen cable, which will be orientated this way. Okay, I believe that's in. Shove everything in the box. Yeah, that's how it's usually done. Now we can start closing up and tying everything else. So let me just close these up here just a little bit, not tightening all the way. And when you tighten these, if at all possible, just curve the screen cable a little bit. And that way, when you tighten it, well, you're still not going to tighten it a lot, but when you do tighten it, rather than being pinched or anything, it just wraps itself around the extruder cables, the stepper motor cables. So just put your finger in there, kind of pinch it so it turns around, so it curves. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. 2, 3. I'm guessing the fourth one as well. Or not yet. No, just those for now. The pixels won't flow. Yeah, you'll choke the pixels out. Okay, that's done as well. Next chapter. Microphone batteries should be fine. Okay, bed. So let's hold this there for now. Remove this from here. Get the heat bed. This is something I have done many times over. So what we're going to do is change the thermistor on the bed. First, remove those. Let's get those here so we don't lose them. Let me just confirm. Okay. Need to remove the, I forgot the name of this tape, the Captain tape. And also the aluminium tape. You can remove this how the thermistor comes out. It's interesting that, no, it is here, that's fine. Okay, because I thought I was seeing it in a different position. Why would you replace the thermistor? So you replace the thermistor because it is a completely different thermistor. So this old thermistor, this new thermistor, or thermistor, whichever you prefer. Also, connection completely different as well. Now this, so there are actually two sides to it, believe it or not. There's a right side and a wrong side to do things. So this, where you can very visibly see the elements inside, this should be on the surface, like it would be visible when you look at it. The other side, which is where the elements are kind of covered. Once again, let me start over. That, where the elements are visible, should be facing down against the bed. The other side, where the elements are not visible, should be on the surface. Or, yeah, well, you understood what I meant. Like, you speak noob, okay? If you don't speak noob by now, you will never will. So, exposed elements touching the build plate, the heat bed. Yep, I did drop that, Bob. I'm so happy that Shane isn't here. One day I'm going to have a studio where I will have enough space and time to actually have like a gravity field around me. So nothing falls. Everything just gets suspended in the air. So that will go. Thermistor there. This covers all of it. Just like that. Every droppage is my fault. Then so, oh, come on. Captain tape on top. And that is exactly how they do it in the factory. You wouldn't know it's not out of the factory. You just wouldn't know. Now, this, yeah, but that's fine. Here. See? Problem solved. That's no mistake. That's a, I'll deal with it later kind of thing. Next we need sleeve. So, question, I want to see if I'm the only one. So you know how this can be a pain because you have to open it, you know, and slide it over. I have this method that I use where I just, it's kind of hard to see on camera or try to do it while I am on camera, but as soon as you pass like an Allen key through it, it kind of separates and makes it easier. To slide the cable in, and then what happens is we grab the other side, you do the same thing, and it goes over the other side and just overlaps. It just makes life easier. And you can leave it once you become a bit more efficient, you can actually just do it with your finger. Just grab your finger, hold the cable like this, like I'm holding the cables there, and you just open and slide in. And then you grab the other side, do the same thing. And it becomes much more easy rather than spending half an hour doing it. Your fingers. Yep, yours. Yours in the house. Then one last overlap. You're done. Nice and easy. There. That goes in there. This will go here. Okay. There's just a little bit of slack over there. That. Now, bed. Thingy. Should probably make some space. Let me just move these out of here, put them there. Okay, now, also need these. Did you place the nylon part in that bed sleeve? No, I did not. I did not. Thank you for reminding me of that. I did not. I actually did have another sleeve and I have the cable here. Ah, wait, actually, you know what? I did do a boo-boo, not just because I forgot the nylon sleeve, but I actually have to change the power cables as well. I just realized I had a different set of cables in there, which I didn't see. tell me I have at least, oh no, wait, I have my Excel toolbox. Let me just do this very quickly. So I'm going to take those out, so then I can take the bed cables out. Oh, I would have been mad if, and the thing is, I would have still had to do it. I would have realized, but I would have realized after I would have installed the bed. Although it's not that much of an issue to just change the cable. But either way, just a quick swap around. So this we can leave there for now. Then use these. And then use that. And as a matter of fact, we even have completely different bed cable thingamajig. So, why don't people look at the instructions? I mean, what the hell? What's wrong with everyone? Are these that long? Or did I miss 3 by 10? Okay. For the X motor, exactly, that's the first thing I thought of. So since I have, the kit comes with a textile sleeve for the bed, that leaves me an extra one for the X motor, so I don't have to use those plastic wraps. And those I find much more annoying. Actually, I find them ugly, not annoying. I feel like M3 by 10s are a bit too long. But it is M3 by 10s. Okay. Next up, we need this, 3 M3 by 10s. Put these back in here before I lose them. And 3, can use these. Yeah, I saw the sleeve for the hot end. Not overly excited to take that apart, but we will do it anyway. Seeing if I have another. I need my hammer. I mean, it's not the hammer I wanted, but it's the hammer that will do. So nimble with a hammer. Okay. The sleeve for the bed is here. That is the Wi-Fi module. Where's the Wi-Fi module? In here. Okay. Next. I don't believe this. Like, I actually reinstalled the same heatbed cables that I had before. I think my ADHD tablets are wearing out. What is that? Okay, so this is the old heatbed cable, Joe. This is not the heatbed cable that we need. So this is over there now. And this is what we need. So, and we'll go once again. I do have to justify the noobness. My job is to noobify people, so. This one. I feel like this should have been the other way around. Always at the top. There. I feel like that makes more sense. What are we? 1 hour and 30 minutes in from beginning of assembly. And I always have to waste time redoing a step or two. Always. It's just the way it is. I didn't drop that. That fell. There's a difference, Bob, okay? Before you run your mouth. The iFixit screw, yes, it does. It opens up. There. Secret stash in there. It's a Mark IV upgrade, probably right. Not entirely sure, to be honest, but it would make sense. Let's just say that. I don't know, but it would make sense. So. This was the nylon cable thingamabob. This will go through here. Exactly, because this and go through there. Right. Yes. Yes. Exactly. Because this should then go like this. Right. Next up, bed, camera, action. It's easier to just take that, grab this. There. Now, okay, well, once that's done, we need an M3x10. Question. Okay, so that goes from underneath. All right, okay. What I was checking was the thermistor cable. This goes through there. Just like that. Then we need the new sleeve. I'm gonna try that's one. There you go. And that's two. Can't stay forward too long. Just want to say hi through and tell him he's a good boy and deserves the gummies. Thank you, Domenico. So, just going to put this over here. Then I need this to go there. All right, just that. That makes no sense. This one. There you go. That's one. I left all the parts of the Mark 3S here and the parts for the Mark 3.5, and we're starting to get a bit confused which is which. Nylon part in? Yes it is. If it wasn't, I would have had to mute the stream for a minute while the Malteser in me does his thing with swearing. Just passing the sleeve through. That's what it was supposed to look like before when I tried to explain it. Nice and easy. This is still burnt. There. One last time. Overlap. There you go. That's done. Now we can get back to the bed. So, bed. Yes, because the other cables are pretty much in another country at the moment. Okay, so first things first. Now, since this is not a Mark IV, it does not have the notches on the edges of the bed. So we'll have to align them manually. And if you go on the if you go on the assembly manual, in here where these screws go in, there usually are notches where these would fit in perfectly. So I'll just have to align them by hand. You're supposed to twist the sleeve, but not the cable inside. I'm not sure I understand what that means. I did not twist the cable inside at all. The trick with the Allen key is to slip the sleeve over the cables. You're not twisting the cables. This is candy cane with cable core. Watch me. So that initial print that I did, that was 49 minutes. In fact, Prusa Slicer estimated 50 minutes, so it was relatively spot on. And for the Mark 3.5, for the same print, it estimated, I believe, about 27 minutes. So if it does that just as good in 27 minutes, that's half the time. And I'd be very happy with that. I just realized there isn't one for the center. We'll see how that works out when we get to installing the bed. Ah, okay. There's a center sleeve in here. I can see it now. There. Oh God. It's like what you're asking me to do is basically just that. Like that's it. It's just rotate it. It's fine. It's not going to make any difference. I know it's not going to make any difference because, well, first of all, it's making things worse. Because this machine had 25,000 hours on it, and that was never an issue. ENVT. Yes, people still use Prusas because, well, they work. And if they work, they work. The same way people still use Ender 3s. The same way people still use Bamboo Labs A1, even though they're recalled. It's the way it is. People still use their machines. That's what they're there for. Well said, Bob. 7 years of unrelenting reliability. Never missed a beat. All right, Hobbies with Noob, thanks for coming by. Now, I'm not tightening these all the way down right now because there is a way to install these. To be fair, I've seen many people use 3D printers not intended on how they should be used at 3D printers. So to each their own. Everyone has their hobbies. There is no reason, I have literally 0 reasons to sell the machines that I use because they serve their purpose. They print, quality is great, they're reliable, they never let me down, and they produce good quality prints. So there's really no need for me to get rid of them or change them. The reason why I'm upgrading to 3.5 is purely for the speed factor and the fact that I'll have internet connectivity. So I have everything on Prusa Connect. And that just makes my life much easier. So, next up. But I might have some issues like this plane, need to buy a new one. Fail, continue. But those are consumables. Any machine. You said the X1C. You think that screen will last forever? No, it's a consumable. It's as simple as that. The only difference is that this is just an older technology. It still displays the information I need. That's what I mean. Like, they still do the same thing. They just do it differently. Prusa Connect versus Octoprint. Thoughts? I'm using Octoprint from machines right now. I use Prusa Connect purely because I don't have to fuss about with Octoprint. Purely because of that, nothing else. And it's just, I have everything in one place. It makes my life much easier. So those go there. That goes in there. Then we need two of these. One, i6s. Another thing for me is, like, one of the main advantages, the fact that I still use these and sort of build my career from using Prusa machines, is that I know 3D printers inside out, how they work, what they do, when something breaks, how to troubleshoot it. And that has given me a career in fixing and helping and teaching. I've done courses at the university, I've done lectures, so yeah. So these, we need positive on the right. I will never bash any manufacturer on this channel. I don't care who they are, if they've done me wrong or whatever. I just, you know, like, this hobby is here for everyone to enjoy. Like, I understand what you meant. Like, you know, that's one of the many symptoms, or not symptoms, the thoughts of people. Like, why do you still use these machines when there's more technologically advanced machines out there? I'll give you an example, a very simple example. So we need a new tumble dryer at home, okay? Simple example. I've had my tumble dryer for 15 years now. And it kind of stopped working. It's leaking to earth, you know, it's messing with the electricity, so it needs changing. And me and my wife were thinking of what kind of tumble dryer to get. And obviously nowadays you have a bunch of options, you know, smart home electronic, like IoT, you know, connected to Alexa and all that. And you have washing machines with tumble dryers all in one, and you're just complicating things more. And as she said, if the tumble dryer fails, then we cannot use the washing machine because it's all in one system. If the washing machine fails, well, you cannot tumble dry. And if this internet stuff, and if you have a condenser, I just want a standard tumble dryer with a heat pump. It does the job, and I'm fine with that. If this breaks, I can fix it myself. I don't need help. I can easily sort the parts, so I'm good. This works for me, and it works for many people. It is what it is, as they say. Okay, so this goes here. Let's just confirm that that is fine. That is fine. I still have, like, the very first Mark II that I bought. I still have that. It's been upgraded to a Mark 2.5 and it still works. I still use it. I do agree. With that, I do agree. But, you know, it is what it is. So Prusa doesn't have, you know, the ability to use cheaper labor in China and stuff like that. They are the ones that have created the foundation that we know today for 3D printing, desktop 3D printing, like the open source. Like, every single 3D printer you find has something that's been taken from the work that Prusa or the community of Prusa have done. And that's what they will keep on doing. That's what Prusa do. They innovate in terms of the community, the open source. And then you have companies that just use that to produce better machines, which they do. But unfortunately, Europe is different than China. it's much more expensive. It's a conversation actually I was having recently. Imagine if Prusa had to create the next big thing. Like, imagine Prusa had to develop the best 3D printer this world has ever seen. And let's say this machine would be the best thing out there for the next 10, 15 years because it's so awesome. Now imagine if they did it closed source. How would you feel about that? Food for thought. Because personally, I think that the community would be in absolute mayhem and uproar because of that. So no matter what, Prusa will never get it right, because no matter what they do, someone's not going to be happy. So it doesn't matter whether they catch up or not, because, you know, the business is what it is. And the community is what it is. Okay, next. Time for this. Why do I need to... Let me just check something. All right, okay, because this thing is longer. Ugh. I love these discussions because there's so much that goes into this. There is a lot to unpack in this industry. And unfortunately, not everything is always black and white. So it's got 1 centimeter of that. Okay. Oh yeah, use safety glasses. Oh, I had my glasses, so it's fine. This comes out to there. And that goes in there. I know, well, you guys cannot see what I'm doing. Yeah, I know, and I kind of noticed, but you know, oh well, now it's done. I have a new nylon cable. I'll be happy with that. And I'll have a new sleeve as well, because this one is, has seen much better days. So it's okay. A +2, wow. You know what I found? So I needed to go to my other garage this week because I needed a piece of 2020 extrusion, and I know that I had the Tronxy X5S from God knows when. That I had dismantled, and I just wanted a piece of extrusion from it. And as I was going through my like fallen apart printers, you know, like the ones that never came to be, I found a Tivo Tarantula. I found a Tico that Chris Russell from Practical Printing had sent me. The Tico. And I thought to myself, hey, printer porn. But I'm sorry, printer prawn, but you know, same thing, same different. And I thought to myself, like there was this bit of nostalgia in me thinking like, I remember when Tico came out. and Jetman did the video, you know, and it was like this huge thing because they were a very successful Kickstarter. And I thought to myself, like, this community, like nowadays it's become ridiculously toxic. This community was so much better when it was worse. If you can understand what that means. We were better off when we were worse off. I got into 3D printing. The first time I ever heard anything about 3D printers was because of the Peachy printer. Yeah, community was small. The thing is, that's the thing. Like, it happens with every hobby, with every community. You know, like it grows, and you know, you get your bad apples, you know, and stuff like that. It's inevitable. It just feels like it's like that was one of the. It's not the reason, but that's one of the main reasons. Like, I took a bit of a break from YouTube. Like, it's just too much. Like, it's tiring, it's mentally exhausting, it affects me mentally, so I just, too much. So now we have, I do feel like I missed something here. I don't think I'd be able to take a break from 3D printing. Just from YouTube. Like, even the hate on the comments and stuff like this, it's just why? Like, it's funny because up until the point where I started, like I was being commissioned by Prusa to do content for them, I had always purchased every machine that I got from Prusa. Like, every single one. I bought like 15 Mark IIs and 3s from them. Like, oh, like me. Like, even my Mini and the upgrades I got, I purchased everything. Was mainly because I love their printer so much. And whenever I did a review, I wanted to show, like, you know, like, this is what people would expect. But that still wasn't enough. And it affects you. It doesn't matter how many positive feedbacks you get from people watching your videos. You know, the negative ones will affect you. They stick around for a very long time in your head. Next. Okay. So this goes in there. Now, X motor cable. X gonna give it to you. So let me just sleeve up the X motor. Use this, make it look pretty. My first 3D printer that I purchased, I purchased, when I decided to open this channel, to start this channel, I bought the Prusa MK3. But then I thought to myself, so the Prusa MK3 wasn't exactly cheap. So I thought to myself, it would be great, for me to have extra content if I bought a Delta. And so I bought the Micromake Delta 3D printer, I believe. And also the duplicator, the Wanhao Duplicator i3. So those were my first 3 3D printers. I bought 3 to start the channel. So next, so this goes there, this goes there. Come. Then we need this thingy here. Okay, so that would be there. And then we need the M3x18s to go in there. There. Okay. Next up, rid of that. This go. All of this needs to go in here. Now you cannot see. The 3D printer. See, that's the stuff that makes me happy then hearing. For example, when I learned that Jacob from Construct 3D, nowadays I would consider it a successful company who's doing great things. I was his inspiration to buy his first 3D printer. And nowadays, there's a company that exists because I decided to open, a 3D printing channel. That makes me happy. That truly does make me happy. And also when I hear people, that I inspire them or I help them or I, teach them something. Okay, next up we have all of these. But first, we need the, oh man, which one is it? So that's the extruder, and that's the x-axis, which goes in here. Yeah, he gets really excited and really into it. And as someone who interviews people, that energy just makes you want to talk more to that person. Okay, so extruder. goes in there. H for hot end. Thermistor. Okay. P. Thinking of Friends. I'm fine. So, Pinda. P is for Pinda. Pinda goes here. I like this multi-connector thing. HF is, I'm guessing it's hot end fan. Yes. So, oh God, which one is it? Because I changed the hot end fan to a Sunon, but I can tell from the colors, I believe. Yes, so hot end fan. So there's hot end fan and part cooling fan. Now, the hot end fan is the Sunon, which is the light yellow. So it's that one. Part cooling fan is that one because it's a bit more orangey. And then we have the filament sensor. Which I'm guessing would be like this because that's how the cables are wired. And finally, you have that. Jesus, it looks scary. Okay, then this will go here. I might not close it yet, just to make sure that everything works fine. Okay, so technically that should be it. I dropped something, Bob. Now we have the stickers. New. Okay, so. Let's see. Voila! It's not printed. So the Prusa ones, they're not printed. I don't know, but I'm guessing it would be like UV printing. Not entirely sure. Just putting these on now before I forget. Okay, so shall we switch it on? So that took 2 hours and 15 minutes. Technically it took less, took 2 hours, but we're gonna go with 2 hours and 15 minutes. Because, you know, by the time I heated it up to take out the filament and everything. Okay, shall we switch it on? Shall we? Shall we? Shall we? Shall we? We're gonna switch it on or what? Okay. We also need, actually, you know what? So it says firmware update required. So there you go. Flash. I think it's time to change this fan. Like, it's stuff like this that dies, it's just the fan. Like, it's the bearings of these fans, like the old style fans. Like, that's it. And I happen to have some replacement fans. See? Thank you. Have another sticker to stick on. Okay. Inglés. Joe comes up. And let's continue. That's hot and fan test. Let me just attach the spool holder up here. That's fine. That's also fine. Actually looks quite good, aside from the wires coming out of the side, which I left there, but that's fine. We'll take care of those later. Is hot and fan left spinning? Yes, it is. Checking for switched fans. Why did I maybe not read it right? I don't know if you've ever gotten a bit confused by the fans when it asks you, like, is it not spinning? Like, is that like a double negative? So, is hot and fan left spinning? Yes. Okay. Okay, now this is turning. Check both fans are free to spin, connected correctly. Okay. So fan test failed. I believe, let me check something. There was something Joe mentioned about a calibration, but so not all done. Continue anyway. Yes, that's fine. Let's do the rest and see what happens. It's like it's banging its head against the wall or something. Z-axis. Nice one. Let me just move these out of the way. I'm wondering if it's hitting. Okay. Cables are a bit. I need to close this side box. Before we continue, let me just 1, 2. Let's just confirm. So part cooling fan. I'm just hoping I didn't switch the part cooling fan and the hot end fan around. I don't think I did, but let me just close these up so the wires don't hit the sides. I'm just going to close this up for now. I know it's not pretty, but I just need to close it a little bit until all this calibration and test print is done, because when the x-axis moves, sorry, the z-axis moves, the x-axis cable hits the wires, and I don't want them to get tangled or anything. So for now, just need a very quick fix just to have it in place. Swap and see what happens. I'll do that soon. I can skip that test for now and do the rest. The ear test will be skipped due to the failed hot end fan. Aha. I'm wondering whether, because the hot end fan is the light one, the part cooling fan looks a bit more orangey. Let me swap them around just in case. But I don't believe they are. Yeah, I believe they're fine. But just in case, you never know. Although, I mean, to be fair, this could do with changing this fan. And there's something I can easily do to test if it's because the fan is past its due date. So, is the hot end fan spinning? No. See, the fan connectors are switched. So it did tell me itself that they're switched, so they were fine before. So what I'm going to do now, just in case, is use a brand new fan. Oh, see, this is much faster than that. That's done. It's the fan. Like, this is much faster. Okay, so this fan needs replacing. Yes. Yep, they're both turning. I don't know why that's failing. I have no idea. No idea, but not a problem. So, heater test. Yes. Load filament. Okay, let's start by loading some filament. Let's see. Hey, Antec. Okay. Meanwhile, let me close this again, because once the Z-axis starts moving, I wonder if it's because the hot end fan is not an original. Like it's a Sunon version, but I don't think that would matter. Okay, heating. See, that's turning fine. But I believe I read Joe Prusa sent an email out, and there was something about the firmware. Hey, we're extruding. We extruded. Yes. Now, let's calibrate. Okay, that's the cold, so I'm just gonna give it a quick wipe. Yes, I know. It only tests RPMs. Okay, so while testing firmware 5.2.0 for the Mark 3.5, we discovered that the initial calibration self-test could fail due to strict checks built into the firmware. However, you can still print without any issue. You can just ignore the error messages and continue with printing. So I'm going to ignore. I'm just going to do the noob thing and ignore. But I will still change this because it's much more quiet. Because everyone's gone so quiet. Still have battery, okay. Oh, this is quite a lot of points. But what, 36 points? 42 points? Let's see. It doesn't do that many. It didn't do that many on the Mark III, right? I'm not just. It was 9, right? On the Mark III. It's not that I completely have like dementia or anything. Hey, Hendrik. Okay, way too far. Remember this being somewhere around 1,000, like 1 point something. Jesus. I need to adjust. It was like 1.5. Getting there. Oh, wait, too far. Come on. Almost there. It's provided 4x6 for the Mark 52, which totally avoids the magnet as previous user. Okay. That should be fine. Okay. A bit more, maybe. Okay, that's done as well. So now we print something, I guess. So quiet. Okay. Do you want to repeat? Nope. We're done. So, we'll exit. Not now. Okay. Let's see the spatula, so I can start cleaning in the meantime. everything goes back into, you know what, we can attach the sticker over here. Extras, tools. Look at the Mark IV. I wanted to know if I want to take over his Mark 3S, never 3D Pro. Oh, take it, take it. I would say if you can, take the Mark 3S, use it as is for now. Use it as is for now for, you know, a couple, even just a month, and then upgrade to a Mark 3.5. Because then you can start seeing the difference. Is it possible to make a quieter machine? An Ender 2 Pro? I mean, it depends on, like, you definitely can. You can put different stepper drivers. You can put a whole different board on it. You can put it on a piece of concrete to dampen any sounds. There's quite a few things you can do, but it all depends on the machine itself. So all this goes in my drawer of Prusa parts. Including this. That goes in there. Okay. Heating up to 230. Let's clean that gunk because it bugs me. And let's see, for 49 minutes. Oh yeah, I'm going to be happy with this. I'm definitely going to be happy. This is it's already, this is like the first layer is already much faster than a normal print would be. You know what, actually, let me do manual so we can, wait, hold on. Okay, I'm waiting for the second layer because so far it's already fast and that's just the first layer. So anything more than that and I'm golden, I'm happy. It's going to cost me an arm and a leg to upgrade all my Mark IIIs, but I have two Mark IIIs in enclosures and that's going to be awesome because then I have Mark 3.5 in enclosures, which means fast ABS prints or ASA prints. So 3.5 like yours is in the in-between of a Mark III and a Mark IV. Yes, it's more akin to exactly right down the middle than a 3.9 is. Because this takes advantage of the better screen, obviously the color screen, the 32-bit board, Wi-Fi connectivity and input shaper, but uses the stock hot end. So you can still run your own hot end on this. The 3.9 then uses also changes the extruder. You then have the oh my god, I forgot the pressure sensor. I forgot what it's called. And then on the 4, like a complete 4, is you get 0.9 degree motors, I believe, instead of 1.8. Yeah, the load cell, that's the thing. I want touchscreen enabled. I can show you how, Bob. I cannot do it here because, you know, I might get a call from Prusa. Because people are breaking things. But I have tried it out anyway. I believe that it is not available to everyone yet, is because it's still slightly buggy, and I think it needs a better interface to work with touch. Okay, so yeah, we're almost all good. Exactly, better firmwares definitely have it. That's the thing, the developer menu. That's what I wanted to say, but it's getting late and I start losing my speech. Exactly. Like, honestly speaking, it just, like, I'm so used to it now that it just works like this. Is much better. Like, in fact, I had turned it off because it just doesn't really make any, there's no benefits to it. Okay, let's go layer 2. Look at it go. Ooh. Oh, wow. Okay. it's fast. Okay, it's much faster. Happy Saturday, everyone. See, I told you, Joris, when we started that, you know, the stream was Saturday. Okay. This is fast. You know, for a Mark III, because essentially a Mark III, that's stupid. Closer. Hey, Filament Frenzy. Ah, I know what Filament Frenzy wants. Close enough? Yeah, that's stupid fast. Although I have something, hold on. Let me just, since Tom is here, Filament Frenzy, I have something special just for you. And I kept it here just in case you would show up. Give me a second. Just a minute. Hold on. Okay. Wait. That close enough? Wait. This was the one with the Mark III. See, this is why I don't mind. Look at the mark. That's the print quality of what, a 6-year-old printer? Hey, thank you, Tom. That's the quality of a 6-year-old printer. Like, why? There's no need for me to complain or wanting to change it. It just works. Yeah. North into another dimension. We went Ant-Man. What's it called? Where the quantum realm. We went right into the quantum realm of 3D printing. That is my macro lens. Exactly. It just works. There's nothing to complain about and nothing to change. I love my Mark IIIs. So for example, the Mark 3.5. I approve so far, okay? But if I see that the quality deteriorates, I'd rather have it as a Mark III S Plus because I trust it, but it's working fine. I am impressed on the speed though. That is quite impressive. The difference. Printing time, 19 minutes. Remaining time, 17 minutes. Who has Mark IV here? Remember, as if bed at print finish is moved fully to front, thus covering a bit of the sleeve, standing close to the printer. If you're standing too close, usually just the top part is slightly covered. Yeah, I'm gonna see. I'm thinking. So what I'm thinking now is, because you know what, I don't need. This tells me that I do not need Mark 3.9 personally for my Mark 3s. The ones that I have, I already use them. In my mind, there is no benefit in my mind that tells me that I should upgrade them to a 3.9 from where they're at now. Because the main advantage that I'm going to get is up to a 3.5. From a 3.5 to a 3.9, I'm going to get a few creature comforts. So I'd rather get another 3 Mark 3.5 upgrade kits, some of them with Revo, swap those with high flow, and I'm done. Yeah, I don't have the first layer calibration. That's probably the only thing that I'd really miss. But then again, for the most part, I'm fine with this. I'm a simple person. Exactly. If you already own a Mark III S Plus, you already have the perfect first layer. I've never had anything to complain. I can actually... Oh, God, it's a million miles away over there. I can show you the first layer on ASA prints, which are as big as the bed. They're flawless. Let me change the lens back to this. Hold on a second. Yeah, I saw that one. The next to it are Voron. For Shimurta, if a 20-year-old attending Amazon engineer course would not find a job working on 3D printers and CNC unless he opens his own company. True and not. To be completely honest, I know that Invent 3D, for example, are always looking for people. Like even just, people who fix their 3D printers, which is why they speak to me to fix their 3D printers. But unfortunately, you have to gain the experience, at least, to using 3D printers. I agree the Nextruder is great. It's absolutely great. But from my point of view, since I already have 3 Mark IIIs, which I use regularly for customer prints and parts and stuff like that, which work perfectly fine and I have no problem using those, I've always said to myself, like, the only times I don't use them is when I want something to be printed quickly. That is the only reason why I wouldn't use them. And the 3.5 is enough to make it print quicker. So for those, I'm happy to just upgrade to a 3.5. Mark III Plus. Like the 3.5 is what, 250 euros upgrade? That's, I mean, it's well worth it. And since the other Mark IIIs already have a Revo on them, you can just change it to a high flow. Aside from that, actually, come to think of it, even if they don't have a Revo, I can just grab some CHT nozzles, standard CHT nozzles. This is stupid, considering how slow it was like 3 hours ago. No record required, exactly. It just occurred to me that I've never changed the belts on this printer and I need to swap them out. This is still using the original belts that came with it, what, 6 years ago? And I know this because back then the belts were fully black. Nowadays, the belts on the outside would be black and on the inside it would be slightly reddish. Because I have so many spare extruder assembly parts. Exactly, and that's the other thing. Like I have so many spare parts for the Mark IIIs that, honestly speaking, if I come across any second-hand Mark IIIs, I'm going to be buying them now because a print farm with Mark 3.5s is awesome because you can do a farm because you have internet connectivity as well and one place to control them all. What I honestly wish Prusa would do is a simple way of connecting a camera to it. That's all I want. Because you can through, like an RPi or Octoprint and stuff like that to link it to Prusa Connect. I wish it was just like a USB output on the board, which you can just, plug in a USB webcam and you're done. You too, Tom. Thank you very much for dropping by, dude. It was good seeing you. In that case, you can maybe have the software. If you have like something like, for example, if you use a camera like, I don't know if it's already possible, to be honest, like the Wise, because that's always connected. Like if you could link that camera to Prusa Connect. I don't know if it's possible, correct me. Like that would be awesome, because I have about 3 or 4 Wise cams I could use for that. I'm so impressed. It uses Wise and Prusa Connect. Have a Docker that converts Wise to an RTC, and another that then sends it to connect via the camera API. All in one read. See, now that's it. Like I'm lost. It's too complicated for me. Six more minutes remaining. Definitely much quicker than the Mark 3s Plus. The other thing I wish they did on this board would be to somehow create a pinout or show me a pinout for activating the M42 code. I just want a 5 volt output and ground, which I can trigger through G-code. That's all I want. Same way I had with the Mark III. That's the only thing I'm gonna miss. Exactly. NerdLabs compatibility. I've managed to do it on the Voron. I have a video on that coming out of how I connected the NerdLabs to Voron. I feel like that thing is going to yeet off the table. It's weird because I'm used to now printers being this fast. But in my mind, 3 hours ago, this wasn't fast. So I'm impressed. Question, do any of you know a good paid or video on service on Mark III like for lubing and maintaining? I mean, I believe Prusa the Prusa blog has quite a few articles on how to do maintenance on a Mark III. I believe I've seen that. But ultimately it's okay. So if I'm servicing a Mark III, first what I would do is clean the belts, clean all the rods and the lead screws, re-lube a little bit the lead screws. I would use I have some spray grease from Worth for the rods. I would use the tuner app for the belts just to tighten the belts. And basically just, clean the fans, blow some air, that's all I do on this. I mean, that was the beauty of the Mark III, it was relatively simple. Any part you break, you can you can reprint. 2 minutes to go. Did you find a sponsor for Murph yet? No, unfortunately not. I have not. And I have a feeling I'll be missing it this year again. No, they don't. They don't collide at all. Like, you can actually see it from here maybe. They don't. No, they don't. I mean, they're literally about 1 centimeter away from each other at the closest point, but they don't collide. Earth, I don't know either. I honestly don't know. I'm hoping that this year I'm gearing up for more content, especially with the Sigma project, because I'm actually recording. I'm editing the next episode on that. Joe, you missed the lower cover of the electronics box. Yeah, I know. I haven't installed the lower cover or the side cover fully yet. That was on purpose. It's here. It's like, I know. That was purely on purpose. Because first I wanted to test it out to make sure everything's connected properly before I close everything up. No, what I did is shocking. Et voila. Yep. So this, exactly like the Mark IV, it stops just if you're close, you're missing like 1/3 of it from the view. There you go. 49 minutes, and this was 36 minutes including heating. So there's that. I don't know about you, but you can color me impressed. You know what's really weird? I actually thought... I thought that because it's printing faster, it's going to be, you know, that matte finish, because yeah, like it's going quicker, so it's not heating the plastic fast enough. And so this is the old one, and I remember the old one, like this is the Mark III, and I know because it had this little bit of, there you go. Oh, come on. Because it had that iffy part there. So that is the Mark III. Can you see it's actually more shiny? Let's see if I can put them like next to each other. Oh, come on. So the Mark III one is actually more shiny. Like you can see, like you can see the patches, like some of them are it feels like they're more matte than the rest, but this is just more consistent. That's really weird, because it's the same spool of filament, same G code, obviously one for Mark III's and one for Mark 3.5. But this is just quicker and it looks better. Even the sides. I'm happy. Too bright. No focus. I know. Okay, so let's try again. There. So. I'm trying, the reason why it's becoming too bright is because I'm trying to get the right reflection. So top one is Mark 3.9. Bottom one is, top one is 3.5, bottom one is 3S. You can see it's much more consistent on the 3.5 than the 3. There you go. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for joining me. And I'll definitely see you in the next one. Hopefully we'll have something else to build together, because I enjoy these streams. Awesome. I am going to love you and leave you guys because it's 30 past midnight and it's time for my nap. So, well, my beauty sleep, because I have to wake up early tomorrow. Hopefully you will see me at Earth. Hopefully. Hopefully one way or another I'll make it this year. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, happy making, guys.